guys, MatteTCG here, finally with another deck profile, and today we got my man's Bobby over here with the with his winning deck for OTS. So let's before we do that, how about any shoutouts? Any shoutouts? Any shoutouts?
Shoutouts to my friends at CWG, Rhinex, Prob. Shoutouts to my good friend Tommy. Shoutouts. Shoutouts to basically everyone.
Okay.
Shoutouts to everything J&J.
Sounds good.
Go to the locals for hosting the event.
Okay.
Yeah, shout out to the Vancouver community in general. This is a really nice community, and I love playing.
Awesome. Okay, let's get down to the deck profile. So let's see what you got.
So to start with engine, 1 ash, 1 poplar, 1 oak.
Okay.
1 Snake Eyes the Bellstar, 1 Flamberge Dragon.
Okay.
3 Black Witch.
Okay. Pretty standard.
3 Wanted. 3 Bonfire. 3 Deception. 1 Hollowed Azamina. 1 Divine Temple. 1 OSS. So it's pretty standard. Other than the 1 copy of Oak. So obviously I'm playing pure Snake Eye, and most lists play 2 copies of Oak. But in my extra deck, I'm playing the Sunlight Wolf to recur this, and I'm playing a total of 40 because I wanted to see the most consistent hands possible, and with 2 oak, you're more likely to brick on it. That's not to say you can't play 2 oak. You definitely can. I would just play a little bit more than 40 if you want to play 2 oak. I would probably play like 1 extra oak, 1 extra hand trap, and then up to you. Maybe a 1-for-1, or maybe a second copy of Talents. But this is the only major difference from my list and most lists.
Sounds good.
And then hand traps. 3 ash, 3 Foros, 3 imperm, 3 impulse, and 1 ogre Veiler Droll. These I main deck crossout. These are here as crossout targets. These ones are not as good because they conflict with impulse. So sometimes you want to use impulse first, and then you can't use these after. But other than that, it's pretty standard. And then, as I said earlier, 3 crossout, and then 1 called by, and 1 tactics 10. You could play more than 1, but right now, because there's a lot of cards like Dominus Impulse around, this is not as live as it usually is. But if you wanted to play 2, you could completely play 2.
Sounds good.
2350 swing.
And then extra deck, so pretty standard. The 2 Azamina fusions.
I'll still attack it.
1 Anima, IP SP, Nightmare Phoenix,
Okay.
the 2 Charmers, and then something a little bit less standard, 1 Pit Knight, 1 Sunlight Wolf, and 1 Heat Soul. This is the extra. Because I'm playing pure Snake Eye, these cards fill up the extra space in the extra deck. My main combo ends on Heat Soul, early Flamberge IP, and the Azamina Fusion Omni Negate.
Okay.
So this gives you a little bit of extra pushing power, because in pure Snake Eye, you don't have the extra engines for, say, Fire King or Fiendsmith to complement your end board. So this just adds a little bit extra power to your end board. The benefit of Pure over something like Fiendsmith or Fire King is obviously you get a much larger non-engine count. So Heat Soul helps you dig for your extra hand traps or your floodgates post-sideboard. So Heat Soul is very good.
I mean, it's not ideal, of course, but...
Then Promethean Princess, Raging Phoenix, the Atlantis, And last card, one of my favorite cards in the extra deck, Underworld Goddess.
Ooh.
The Fire King and the Fiendless deck don't have enough space to play this, but the Pure deck, you have this extra flex spot. This could also be Typhon, but I like the utility of Underworld Goddess more. You can use it, you can make it from IP on their turn, and this is just a really nice card to have in the extra deck. Just in case, you know, some random deck can put up like a towers.
Okay, awesome.
And then side deck, 3 Perulia, very crazy. And 2 Droll. The Drolls are for matchups such as Mermail or Fire King, where you really need the extra hand traps. So even though Droll technically conflicts with Charmy, you can use a Charmy first, see if it gets ashed. And if it does get ashed, you can Droll them. And this is just, in the matchups that's necessary, you really need 3 copies. That's why I have the other 2 on the side, even though it is not as good combined with Charmies and Impulse.
Okay.
That's it for extra hand traps. Then backer removal, you have 3 Cosmic Cyclone and Duster. This Duster doubles as a Shrust target. And I'm playing the Shrust package, so 2 Shrust, 1 D barrier, 1 different dimension ground. This is for shifter decks such as Tempai, where you can trust into D barrier. This is good in the mirror. You can also just side trust going in second. It's a really flexible card, really in this format. And then the Broken Floodgates, 1 Skill Drain, 1 TC Boo. Skill Drain just broken in general, not much to say about. TC Boo is, I feel like, really good in this deck. It's obviously not good into the mirror, but into decks like Yubel and Tempai, this card's crazy. Obviously, as a continuous trap, even though this sometimes is a problem for you, you can just send it off. So.
Okay. Awesome. Again, thank you, Bobby, for coming over to my channel, giving us this deck profile. Hopefully more content coming soon, and thank you again, and see you all around.
Unless I play